There's a saying that might be a bit cliche at this point that is about a tree being planted, and that there's two good times to plant a tree. The first being 20 years ago, and the second being right now. This video isn't scripted, or at least there's sort of just rough bullet points that I kind of plan to follow. The idea, despite how cliche that saying might be, of kind of starting this channel and why I'm deciding to start creating now, I think applies really well. There's never a good time, there's never a perfect time to start something new. My name's Cameron. If you saw my previous video about what keeps a reader reading, and if you hung around to the end, you probably found out that I'm a writer, an editor, a freelancer, and the creator of Wrestling with Words. A few things about me that sort of made sense when it came to starting a YouTube channel or creating videos where we talk about writing, storycraft, and that kind of stuff. The reason why it sort of made sense to me is that I've always loved teaching and coaching, and especially learning about the process of writing and storytelling. Outside of all of this, I coach at an MMA gym where I work with kids, amateurs, semi-professional, and professional athletes. I wrestled in college, so I mostly coach wrestling and Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I compete as well. I've always loved sort of the teaching aspect. I never stopped loving that competing aspect. And I think that when it comes to writing, I was always operating from just the perspective of competing or under the guise of, working towards a goal. But I didn't really have that sort of teaching or coaching aspect. And I think that for me, when it comes to learning processes and learning about something, is that I truly learn best through teaching, or at least approaching something as if I needed to teach it in the first place. That was a rude awakening that I learned when I was in college, because I was someone who was very introverted and did not like study groups and that kind of stuff. But I always learned material better when I was either trying to relay what I knew to somebody else. So Wrestling with Words kind of birthed of these two aspects of my life. One being the athletic and the wrestling part, and now kind of combat sports, and the other being the creative writing and writing aspect. I guess that this video is more so as an introduction of myself and as a kind of measuring point of where this channel or where this new sort of venture will be. This will sort of be the measuring point from then on. I currently have a pretty active blog on Medium that I've linked to before, and that will be linked down below. But I plan to, at least for the time being, use those articles that I've written already and kind of make those into scripts. So if you already have read those, or if you're following me there, you may get a glimpse into the future a little bit. But I think that that's only going to be for the start until I kind of get my feet under me in sort of my style, how I best create on this platform. But for now, I think I'm going to be pulling quite a bit from some of those articles written already, just because they've already gone through the research and kind of the rigor of, the writing process. But let me know what you're wrestling with. As I said in my first video, I'm always curious to hear from other writers what they're working on, what they're struggling with, what they've learned, and what they've kind of accomplished. So I'm definitely looking to build a bit of a community here where we can talk about writing, and I guess anything that kind of branches off of storycraft in whatever medium that is. So it's nice to meet all of you. I'll see you next time.